Hey, welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and in-demand freelance services that you can offer right now, which is chatbot setup and AI-powered automation. Even if you are just starting out, it's something you can use to run your own operations more efficiently and effectively. So here's why this matters. Every business wants faster, smarter systems that save time, capture more leads, and reduce repetitive tasks. And most of them don't know how to do it. That's where you come in. You don't need to know how to code. You just need to understand how to connect the right tools together and use AI to power smart, simple systems. In this lesson, I will show you how to plan and build a real chatbot using ChatGPT and ManyChat to save you and your clients hours of manual work every week. By the end, you will have a complete system that feels super advanced, but is actually beginner-friendly, and you will know how to set up lead capture bots, automate follow-ups, and deliver a plug-and-play solution for your clients that they will happily pay for. So let's first talk about what these chatbots and automations actually do, and why businesses are paying between $500 to $3,000 USD for a setup that only takes a few hours to build. The first and the most common use case is lead capture. Think of a service-based business, like a consultant, coach, or agency. They need a way to collect leads automatically while they sleep. A chatbot on their website or Instagram DMs that asks for a name, email, business type, and the biggest challenge that can instantly qualify leads and send those leads straight to a CRM system or email tool. That alone saves hours every week. Another great example is FAQs for e-commerce sites, because a lot of customers drop off when they can't get quick answers. A simple chatbot that handles common questions like shipping, returns, sizing, and availability can reduce support tickets and boost conversions. It's an easy win for stores. And for freelancers, agencies, or coaches, onboarding bots are incredibly useful. So instead of manually emailing back and forth, you can use a chatbot to gather client information, send preparation documents, and even book for the kickoff call. Clients pay for the chatbot itself. It's about the time it saves and the professionalism it adds. When you show them how automation improves their customer experience and frees up their time, it becomes a no-brainer investment. Alright, now let's dive into actually planning the chatbot flow. This is where we can turn a business problem into an automated, helpful conversation. I will show you how to use ChatGPT to map out a done-for-you lead capture chatbot, which you can build and deliver to a real client. Let's say your client is a business coach who wants a chatbot on their website or Instagram that captures qualified leads and helps filter who they should follow up with. Let's open ChatGPT and start with this prompt. You are a conversation-focused chatbot strategist. I'm building a lead capture chatbot for a business coach who works with online service providers. Write a step-by-step chatbot conversation that does the following. Greets the user and makes them feel welcome. Asks for their first name. Collects their best email address. Asks for what kind of business they run. Give multiple choice options. Ask what their biggest challenge is right now. Make this open-ended. Keep the tone casual, warm, and professional. Each message should be short and easy to reply to on mobile. Once you've got that flow, the next step is to add basic logic or segmentation. You can follow up with this prompt. Now, add a branching path. If the user selects a marketing challenge, offer them a free content calendar download and ask if they want to book a discovery call. If they mention operations, suggest an automation checklist and offer to send a custom setup guide. This helps you build a chatbot that doesn't just collect information. It guides users toward the right next step. Next, we want to clarify how the chatbot handles different types of responses and lead quantification. We can ask ChatGPT, Based on the previous conversation, create a flowchart style outline that maps out the decision path and key responses. Show what happens after each major answer, including optional follow-ups or exits. Keep it simple but logical. This gives you a clear structure to follow when building your chatbot platform. Now let's move into lead magnet delivery and handoff to the client's team. We can say, write the chatbot message to confirm the lead magnet has been delivered by email and suggest the next step based on their response. If they show interest in booking a call, send them a calendar link. If they are not ready, offer to send weekly business tips via email. This ensures the conversation continues even after the lead is captured. You can further polish the tone and make it sound more natural. Once the tone is right, you can ask ChatGPT to format for a chatbot platform. We can ask, format this conversation for ManyChat. Use quick replies for multiple choices questions, and insert variables for name and email capture. And finally, let's create a handoff for the client or CRM tool. We can ask, at the end of the conversation, add a message confirming their details that have been saved, and someone will follow up. Include a polite thank you and exit. Now you've got a complete chatbot flow, from greeting and lead capture to qualification, segmentation, follow-up, and final handoff, all mapped and written using ChatGPT. This planning process is something you can do in under just 30 minutes, and it forms the core of a 500 to 3,000 USD service for businesses that want to automate their lead funnel. Also, make sure to save your final version in Google Docs or Notion so you can deliver it to your client or import it into a chatbot builder like ManyChat. And that's it. In just a few prompts, you now have a chatbot conversation that's ready to copy into an automation tool and deliver real results for a paying client. Next, we will build this out live using the no-code builder ManyChat tool, so you can actually see how to implement it. This step is set up the structure, logic, and user experience, and no coding is required. First, go to ManyChat.com and log into ManyChat, or sign up if you haven't already. Once you are logged in, you will see this dashboard. Go to the Settings tab, and under the Channels section, you connect either Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, text message, email, or Telegram, based on what your clients prefer. You will need this connection before you can publish or test your chatbot. In this video, I will use Instagram as an example. Then click the Automation tab. This is where you will take that structured conversation generated by ChatGPT from a welcome message to lead capture and turn it into a working bot. Then click the Add New Automation button to create a new workflow. This is a visual drag and drop canvas where you can build out the steps of your conversation. First, let's set up the trigger. Click the Add New Trigger button and choose a trigger. I only connect the Instagram, so I can only choose a trigger from this platform. But you will see different triggers if you connect to different platforms, depending on where your client wants the bot to run. There is a lot of triggers we can choose from, such as when user comments on your post or reel, this automation will start running, or when user replies to your story, or when user sends a message to you on Instagram. For this example, let's say we are building a DM bot for a service-based business on Instagram. Then choose a way to trigger this automation. You can select the keywords in the message received, or use their AI to recognize intention of a message. I will select detected specific words in a message in our demo. This means when you receive a DM on Instagram and the message contains the keywords you set up here, that message will trigger this automation flow. You can set up a specific condition for this keyword if you want to, such as the message is the keyword, or contains the word, or begins with the keyword. For example, we can choose the condition for message contains, which is the default one, and set up a keyword for guide. You can also set up multiple keywords as the trigger event. and you can add more message conditions as well. But in this tutorial, I will keep the simple workflow, and you can explore the features inside ManyChat to test it out based on your client's need. Then, let's click the Create, and you can set up different trigger events for the same automation workflow. Then, connect it to the next step in this automation flow. Click on the Send Message block and select the Data Collection block, because we want to collect the user's first name in our welcome message. Then, paste the welcome message from the chatbot flow you created with ChatGPT, and choose the first name as the reply type, and give this block a name. We will call it welcome message. The next step in this workflow is to collect the user's email address. But before we continue building out the chatbot, let me explain something important about how message steps works inside the ManyChat. You can either stack multiple messages inside one single send message block here, or you can add a new node to connect the next steps. But here's the difference. If you are just collecting basic information like name, email, or business type, and the conversation is meant to be quick and linear, it's usually easier to keep everything inside one send message block. This keeps your flow clean and compact. But if you plan to branch your chatbot, like sending different messages based on the user's answers, or you want to build something modular you can reuse later on, then it's better to create a new send message block for each step. So you can think of it like this. One block is good for simple conversations, while multiple blocks give you more flexibility and logical control. You can give each node a different name to indicate what this step is about. So let's keep going with our flow setup. In this simple flow, we can add one single block for one message. But if your chat flow is very complex, you need to think about when to use a stacked block and when to use a single block. So let's click the Add button to add another Instagram block, and delete the text field and add a data collection block. Then copy the text from ChatGPT about the email capture part and paste it into ManyChat. Then choose the email as the reply type and give this block a name, email capture. The next step is to ask the user to choose a business type. Let's add another Instagram block. Let's keep this text field. Then copy and paste the text from ChatGPT into ManyChat and add a quick reply. Then add the business types provided by ChatGPT one by one here and give this block a name, business type. Next, let's add a new Instagram block to ask users about their biggest challenges. Remove the text block and add a data collection block here. Copy and paste the text from ChatGPT to ManyChat and keep the default reply type as text. Then, under the Save Response to a Customer field, let's click Add New User field and give it a name. In this case, it's Biggest Challenge, and give the block a name, Biggest Challenge. Then, we need to connect the quick replies from the previous message to this new block. So when a user selects a quick reply, they will start the next step in the chat flow, which is providing the biggest challenge they have. Then click the Add button to add a condition block, so that the chatbot can reply to different messages to the users and call to actions based on the user's dynamic reply. In our example, we have two different branches. The first one is Marketing Challenge, and the second one is Operations Challenge. Click the Add condition and choose Customer User fields and choose Biggest Challenge. This is to filter keywords based on the user's reply to the biggest challenge question. Then choose the Contents option and enter the keyword here. You can add multiple keywords to trigger the next step, but I will only add one in our demo to keep it simple. For the filter conditions, you can also select different filter options based on your specific needs. I will use marketing as the trigger keyword here. Then select the next step. If the user's reply meets the condition you set up here, in this case, it's containing the keyword marketing. If a user's reply doesn't contain the keyword marketing or doesn't meet the condition you set up here, then you can set up a different condition to see if the user meets the second condition in your chat flow. In this case, I will add the second keyword as the condition. Choose custom user field and choose biggest challenge as the input data again. And select contents and enter the text operations. This means if the user's reply contains the word operations, they will trigger the second chat. Now let's set up the two branches. The first one is for marketing keywords or related to marketing challenges. Let's copy and paste the text from ChatGPT to ManyChat and add the two quick replies, which are yes, okay, cool, and the second one is not right now. Then add two new blocks based on the user's selection. First one is if the user selects yes, okay, cool, copy and paste the text to ManyChat. The second one is if the user selects not right now, copy and paste the text to ManyChat. You can continue to add more quick replies for users to choose from and keep the conversation going. But I will end this chat here to keep it simple. Now let's add the second branch details. Just repeat the same process to add the details for the second one. Let me quickly set it up here. Copy and paste the text, add the quick replies. Then add two new blocks. One for selecting yes, let's do it. Copy and paste the text. Another one for selecting maybe later, and copy and paste the quick replies. Alright, now we completed this chatbot setup. Let's click the preview button to test the chat flow and see if it works correctly. One thing to keep in mind, the preview mode will not render the dynamic data correctly, such as the first name or the conditions we set up earlier, because it's a simulation, not a real user interaction. So let's run a quick test run right now. First name, Anne. The first name will be Anne in the real user interaction. Then the email. Then select a business type. Then write in the biggest challenge to trigger the next call to action step. I will use the keyword marketing to trigger the condition here. But as I mentioned before, the condition will not work in the preview mode. So let's choose a condition manually for testing purpose. Great, the marketing challenge has triggered. Let's select yes, okay, cool, or not right now. Then this flow is complete. If everything looks great, click this Set Live button to publish this chatbot flow. And now you've officially built a working chatbot that captures leads, segments them based on the needs, and guides them to the next steps. This is a high-value skill that's in serious demand right now. And with no-code tools like ManyChat, it's accessible to any freelancers who can think strategically and communicate clearly. Alright, let's wrap up with your action plan after this class. You can start by downloading the Chatbot Prompt Pack PDF from this lesson. It's filled with ready-to-use prompts you can copy straight into ChatGPT and ManyChat to build a real chatbot workflow. Next, choose one use case to work on. This could be for a client you already have, a local business, or even your own freelance or creative brand. Just pick one and commit to building the bot from start to finish. Then go to ManyChat and test it. And make sure it collects the right information, follows the correct logic, and sends at least one follow-up. A working prototype is more valuable than a perfect concept. And finally, once you've got something built, turn it into a portfolio sample. Take screenshots, record a short demo, and upload it to Notion, Google Drive, or your freelance site. You can also use this to pitch your chatbot and automation services to new clients. Alright, that's it for this lesson, and I will see you in the next video.